All right. So, good morning and welcome to the training workshop for the new student planner. My name is LJ. I work at Delta College for the IT department. However, when it comes to a lot of your tech and just needs for technology, I'm not the person that you contact from IT. We do have a student-facing division within IT for all the student needs. And that is going to be, you can find information about them, and they're called the Mustang Tech Squad on our website. So I'll go navigate to their page here, find info for current students. And then after you go here, you're just going to scroll down, and then you can find Mustang Tech Squad at the bottom here. Okay. And so I'll just go ahead and copy and paste this link to the chat. So go ahead. You guys can review it on your own. And what's useful about the Mustang Tech Squad is that they're easily accessible. We have in-person, walk-ups to at Dorico, the front desk. Here's their hours. And then they also have an email and also a tech loan program. So the tech loan program is for students in need of, let's say, a laptop or even a mobile hotspot for internet. You can actually request for a referral from your resource specialists. So please contact them if there's any tech needs that you may need for your education. Okay, so the Mustang Tech Squad, again, is your contact for any tech needs. And there's also some useful resources here too. So information about your My Delta dashboard, how to log in, your email, and even our Wi-Fi password for the students. Okay, so I'll go ahead and begin the session. So the new student planner has already been deployed to all of you. You may have already seen an email last week about it, and with some training material that I've created, a documentation and also a video. If you haven't, that's okay. But if you see it right now, I do encourage, if you want, you can follow along and play with it as I'm doing this session. So it is this tile right here, the Student Education Planner. And then, of course, if you hover over it, it'll just say the name and then plan your academic journey. So after I click it, it'll begin a new tab. And right now I have no plans. So you may have some plans if you've already met your counselor, because your counselor is able to create plans for you. They can see all the plans that you've created as well and other changes. So right now I'm just going to go through the beginning here, and then I will go ahead and name the plan that I want to create. So let's just say that this is for computer science. I will start my semester. You'll select the start of your semester for this plan. For this example, let's say fall 2023. And then I want to go up to maybe 4 semesters ahead. This summer one is if you want to include the summer semesters. So if I check this, you can see that it already included the most upcoming summer semester in the list within the 4 that I've chosen for the semesters that I wanted to plan for. And if I uncheck it, it goes back to fall and then spring. And after that all looks good, I can select done. And then for this page, this is your plan details page. There's a lot of information here that's very important. So the first thing I'll go through is from the top, we have the star, and if you hover over it, it says primary plan. So the primary plan is basically just your main focus plan that you want to prioritize. If you've made multiple plans to just map out different scenarios, you can always choose different primary plans to become your new focus. Right here, if we hover over the name, we can always edit this plan name. Switch plan is just a quicker way to switch through your different plans without going back to the main screen. So right now I can also create a new plan from here. If I've had existing plans I've created, I can always quickly switch through them here. And this one is add semester. It basically just adds another semester, just like this option here. And I'll just do that, for example. So now we have the upcoming one of summer, but we can always change what our next semester will be here. So if I still don't want to include a summer, then this is where I'll go ahead and change it at. And then right here is copy plan. So this automatically creates a copy of this current plan. It'll just say computer science copy as its duplicate. If you want to, again, test multiple scenarios of your education plan. And then over here is clear the plan. This clears all of the courses that you've added to all of these semesters. So if you just want to start from scratch, but still want to keep the focus of your major, then you can just hit the clear plan. And then the trash can would, of course, delete the plan. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add some sample courses, and we'll start with the fall 2023. Just hit add, and what's neat is that it auto-populates. So as I begin to type, it will already have a list of courses. So if I want to add this, and then a few others, three. And then as you add classes, you can actually go into it. So if I just click into a course, and it will give information about that course and then the units. You could also change it to a different semester that you have within your plan from here, or you can delete it. So cancel and save is, of course, if you've changed the semester from this option here, this drop-down menu. I'm just going to cancel. Another way you can also move courses around is you can see that my cursor became a hand. I can click and drag it to different semesters, just like that. And you can see that the units have actually updated too, which is pretty useful. I'm just going to add some more courses because there is actually something very useful here. So if I go ahead and add this course, you can see that it says one alert, and right here it says this course may not be available for this semester. So it automatically knows if there's a course that is only taught in specific semesters, and I can actually alleviate this issue if I just dragged it and see that it actually works here at Spring. And then another one is also an alert for requisites. So if you've added a course, for example, I'm going to add CS16, if I could find it right here. It says that this course has a requisite. I can click into the details, and it actually says it up here and here as well. CS11 requires, is the requisite for this course, CS16. So I can see that, okay, CS11 is over here. I'm still having to take it. So I'll go ahead and move this to the next semester, click it, and then dismiss this. So then I can get rid of that alert and then save it. And then there's also another alert too. So for example, if you've added the same course, it'll let you know that you have a duplicate course. And it gives you the option to delete it. So really useful with those alerts to pay attention to things that need to be fixed on your plan. Another thing that's useful too is this 3 dots like menu option here. You can add comments. So let's say that you're still working on this plan, you need to add, you're missing like a math course, for example. So you can always add comments here and then save it. So let me see, need to add math course. I can add it, and then your counselor can actually see that comment as well, that you've made this. And of course, they can reply, or you can actually delete the comment too if you've already fixed this. Okay. Another thing you can do, which I don't really recommend, is moving the semesters. So if I click move semester here, I can move it before or after one of the ones I've created. So we have fall 2023. Let's say I move it before, let's say fall 2024, right? So if I click move, it's going to move its position, but it still keeps the name, and it doesn't automatically adjust it. So I don't recommend that you use that feature. So let's just move it back before spring 2024, just to keep everything in chronological order. And then, as you've already seen, we can also delete the semesters here. So again, if I didn't want to include the summer, I could just delete that one. There we go. Okay. And then another useful option here is the view details button on the top right. So there is this degree requirements, and right now I don't have it on this test students, but if you had like a major, for example, and there are specific courses that you need to take for satisfying your degree requirements, it'll actually keep track of that right here. So for example, if you need like math course or a science course, it'll tell you, okay, you've already satisfied your requirements for taking these specific science courses, but you still have math. So this is actually a pretty useful page. And another way to access it too is on the left side here on requirements. So there's that. And then change log is another useful thing to keep track of all the changes. This specifically is only for the plan that I've created. So if you delete this plan, you won't see the change log anymore. It's all specific for each plan. And what's also neat again is that your counselors can see the change log, and you can see that right now this test student Barry's has all his changes here. But if your counselor has made changes, it will also show up on the change log. So if you ever go to your plan and then you see something looks off and maybe your counselors forgot to contact you about it, you can see that they've made changes on the change log of that plan. So we'll just exit that out. And then we also have some updates here. So of course, this is for the degree requirements that you saw from view details. I can't show this again because I don't have the major on this test student, but moments where you need it updated is if you've, for example, change your major, then of course the degree requirements would change and have to update according to that major. And then another thing here is just because it's already the fall of 2023, we can actually start building your schedule. So you can either click this banner here or the same one on this button on the specific semester. So I click on that, it'll take me to the scheduler page. And this is probably something that you're already familiar with. You could save and continue, and then you could add the courses, the breaks, where you would put in your course schedule. So it's all tied together. Now, if I go back to the plan page, you can see that computer science, the one that I've worked on, was already here, and primary plan, because it's the only plan. And of course, if I were to make a copy, so let's go ahead and just do that, copy plan. It actually says the plan copied successfully. You can view straight into it, but I'm just going to go back to all plans. And for some reason, it says it's a third copy from my tests, but of course I can always change it. So don't worry if it says like a weird copy 3 or copy whatever. You can always change that, say like alternative. Do that, and then I can actually make this my new primary plan. So I click that, and then I go back. Now the alternative is my focus plan. Just a way for you and your counselor to know which one you're focusing on if you've made multiple plans, and then it moves it all the way to the beginning here at the first spot. Of course, we highly encourage that if you are having any trouble of coming up with your plan, is to schedule a meeting with your counselor. They're able to access all your plans, see all of the details that you need, and create the plan for you. So this is just a nice tool to have if you just want to experiment or play around and see like any alternative courses or plans that you can take. You know, if you're trying to think of different majors that you're going to take, like computer science, culinary arts, art, you can just make your different plan scenarios here. And then that way you can actually communicate with your counselor. Okay, these are the majors that I'm exploring. And then from there, you can plan with them. What are your options that you have? So that is it for the new plan schedule that we have, or the college schedule. And then another thing that's useful too is the course history page. So for you, this is probably already going to be populated, and it basically keeps track of your entire progress. So right here would be a graph that will show like a line graph of your GPA over the semesters. It also keeps track of all the courses that you've taken, the units, the grades that you've gotten, and the instructor that taught that course. And then you could also track like units over here. So this is actually another useful page. Again, your counselor can see a lot of this information too, just to keep the transparency and better overall plan for your education. Okay. And that pretty much is the new plan schedule. Are there any questions? You can use the chat box or the Q&A if you want. Again, this recording is going to be sent to you sometime next week via email. You can also expect that our website is going to be updated. You're going to get an email as that as well, where a new landing page about this education plan and information, and again, the same training material that you've gotten, the video and the Word documents will be included on that landing page. You'll all be notified by email again. So, but if there's any like issues that you have with your plan, questions, your counselor is also very familiar with this new tool that we have, so they can actually help create your whole plan. So yeah. But with that, you're free to leave. But those that want to stay and ask questions or make me go through some of the processes again, you're free to stay. Again, you have this already in your My Delta dashboard, and you can play around with it right now too. So, okay. It's like there's no questions. I'll go ahead and end this meeting. Again, you can expect the recording to be sent to you via email sometime next week. All right, so enjoy the rest of your week and your semester, and have a good day.